Welcome everyone to the last week of July. I don't know about you, but I always find these summer weeks just pass so quickly. But I wanted to share with you, kind of taking a little break from my normal kind of parish interview and everything, to share this other dimension of my life that many of you are aware of, but to those of you who are new to the parish, to know that besides being your pastor here in Wyckoff at St. Elizabeth's, I also do a lot of research work across the country. And I wanted to share with you 3 projects that I am currently working on. And the first one actually is out of Villanova University. I just got back there. I was there for 3 days last week. At Villanova, there is a business school where a lot of people go to get their MBA. Perhaps some of you watching this obtained your degree from there. But within their business school, they have what they call the Center for Church Management. It's a wonderful concept that they started a good number of years ago, where they tried to say, well, let's take all of the good education that we give to these young executives and make it accessible to church personnel. Because if you think about your average priest really doesn't know much about a spreadsheet or a P&L or a balance sheet or any of these other things, and yet sometimes we act as managers, right? And we actually have to hire and fire, and we have to do all these other things that any other business person would do, and it's not something that we're particularly trained for. So Villanova came up with this great idea. Professor Chuck Zeck, he was really the driving force behind this. And a number of years ago, he asked me to help be a senior consultant on this project that's being funded by the Lilly Fund. And so I've been with them for about 3 years. Fascinating project. I won't bore you with the details, but myself and I think 5 other researchers, or maybe there's 6 other researchers, there's only 6 or 7 of us, we're guiding all this next generation of researchers. So when he said senior consultant, I said, Chuck, do you mean because of my gray hair? But anyway, all kidding aside, love it, fascinating. Villanova is just an amazing university, and I love being able to guide the next generation with this concept of how can we help the church be more literate from a financial point of view so that parishes, dioceses can run more smoothly. Second project that I'm working on is also linked to the Lilly Fund. And this is interesting. It's my first time collaborating really basically outside of the Catholic Church. All of my research for the last 13 years has been really based almost exclusively on the Catholic Church, though one of my early projects did go outside of that realm, but for the majority of the time it's always been that way. So Hartford Seminary, which is a Protestant seminary in Hartford, Connecticut, they also applied for a grant for a program called the EPIC study. EPIC stands for EPIC, Exploring the Pandemic's Impact on Congregations. So it just started last year, and again they asked me to be the Catholic researcher, consultant on the project, and I'm on a panel of probably there's 10 others, or 9 or 10 others that are basically from the Protestant world, the Presbyterians, the Lutherans, and the others, their representatives, and we're guiding this project that was just granted by the Lilly Fund, and it will be ongoing for the next 5 years, and I'm honored that they asked me to be a part of it. And then the third project stems from my CARA work. CARA stands for the Center for Applied Research in the Apostolate. It's based out of Georgetown University. I've been working for them ever since I got my doctorate about, I guess, 13 years ago. Absolutely love CARA, and I'm sure you see CARA, our name, whenever there's research about Catholics in the United States. It's always the tagline is always CARA. My specialty within CARA is clergy research, hence the book that I wrote on the bishops, or the previous book on priests in the United States. But this project that I work on is called Cultivating Unity. And I know I mentioned it in a homily maybe 2 years ago. I absolutely love it. We do this tremendous amount of research with the bishop and the priest and the diocese, and we're basically looking for ways of how to have them work more efficiently together, how to be more unified, right? Because we do live in a very polarized world. I think we all know that in spades, sadly, today. But that polarization doesn't only exist on a political level in the United States, it exists on an intra-church level, and exists even within the priesthood, right? I have some very conservative priest friends, and I have some very liberal priest friends, and it's just kind of that thing where there's so much more we have in common, and let's work to find what it is that we have in common so we can overcome those ideological differences and be of greater service to the church. So I'll be working with the Diocese of Joliet, Illinois. I'll be there at the end of September, guiding them in a 3-day retreat with the priests and all the bishops. It's called a convocation. So I just wanted to share those 3 things with you. You know, besides being your pastor, besides doing the weddings, the baptisms, the funerals, and all the other stuff that we love to do here with you, I really do love this other side of my life as well, as it allows me to use all of the talents that God has given me and to do good besides on this local level, this parochial level, to be able to do good on a greater, broader national scale. So please keep me in your prayers as I dedicate my time and energy to this, but always know that the parish always takes first place. I'm always here for you, and I love being here with you, and love seeing you at Mass week after week. And for those of you who are still not coming back yet, I'm also glad that we're going to continue the live streaming for as long as possible. I think forever, going forward to the future. So my cat is crying right here. He's screaming. I don't know if you've been hearing Frankie throughout the interview. So I better cut it short now and just say have a great month of August, and may it slow down so we can really savor these beautiful warm days of summer. God bless you. Bye.